All right, let's dive into a story that really makes you question everything you thought you knew about peace. I mean, is real tranquility found by running away from all the world's problems, or is it found by facing them head on? We're about to explore a philosophy that completely flips the script on what it means to be strong, what it means to be weak, and, well, the meaning of life itself.
We all kind of look at tranquility as the ultimate prize, right? A sign that you've got it all figured out, that you're wise and strong. But what if, and this is a big what if we've got it completely backward? What if that serene, calm exterior is actually just hiding a deep, profound weakness? That's the bombshell we're going to unpack today. So to kick things off, let's meet the character at the center of this whole thing. A guy who seems to have found this exact kind of peace, the voluntary mendicant. His story is really the battlefield for a huge clash of ideas. Okay, so picture this. There's this guy, he's rich, he's got status, the whole shebang, but he gets totally disgusted by all the phoniness and vanity of the world. So he does something drastic. He gives all his money away. But what happens? The poor are envious, and the rich, well, they just despise him for leaving their club. So he gives up on people altogether. He retreats to a hill, finds this quiet peace living with animals. On the surface, it looks like he's cracked the code, right? The ultimate escape. But then, bam, this other figure, the Nazarene, shows up and just completely dismantles his whole worldview. He looks at this so-called peace and calls it what it is, an escape. He says, you haven't found some enlightened silence. You found the cold, dead silence of a tomb. Ouch. The point is, this isn't a peace won through strength. It's a peace born from just running away. And this right here is the heart of the conflict. You've got the mendicant's path, which is all about negation. It's about saying no to the world because, frankly, he can't deal with it. Then you have the Nazarene's path, affirmation. He's saying true strength isn't about running from what disgusts you. It's about overcoming that disgust, embracing the struggle, and actually creating something new from it. The mendicant's peace, it's called a stillness that precedes rot. That tells you everything you need to know. So it makes you wonder, right? Why would anyone choose this path of just giving up? What's the real root cause of this sickness? To figure that out, we've got to look at the diagnosis, at the invisible chains that hold people back. Okay, so a huge piece of this puzzle is this idea of unconditional duties. Think about it. All the rules, the moral codes we're told to follow without even thinking about it. The Nazarene basically calls these a crutch. They're for souls that are too weak to stand on their own 2 feet. It's for people who are actually scared of freedom. So they look for some higher power, a god, a government, a tradition, whatever, to just tell them what to do. It's a clever trick, really. It lets you be a slave, but call yourself virtuous for doing it. And here's where it gets really spooky. Even when the original beliefs that created these duties die out, when the god is dead, the habits stick around. The guilt, the feeling that you should do something, it all just hangs there like a giant shadow. It controls how we act, even though the thing that created it is long gone. It's like we're all being haunted by the ghost of an old morality. And you can see these shadows playing out all over society. An analysis of Goethe's Faust gives us these 3 great archetypes. First, you've got the director. This guy is all about comfort and profit. He's what's called the last man. No big dreams, no great passion. Then there's the poet, the romantic idealist who's just completely overwhelmed by the real world. He's the decadent. But then you have the clown. And the clown is different. He embraces the whole messy experience of life, the good, the bad, the chaos. He's the one who represents that creative spirit, the one who can actually break free.
So how do you break these chains? How do you get out from under that shadow? Well, according to this philosophy, you have to face the ultimate test. It's a thought so heavy, so abysmal, that it will either completely crush you or it will forge you into something entirely new. So imagine a demon just appears in front of you, and it tells you something about your reality. It tells you that every single moment, every single joy you've ever felt, every pain, every little thought, every tiny, insignificant detail of your entire life is going to repeat exactly as it was, over and over and over again. Forever. No changes, nothing new, just this life on an infinite loop. This is the thought experiment of eternal recurrence. Now, for someone who's weak, for someone like our friend the mendicant, this idea is pure horror. Can you imagine having to relive every moment of smallness, every bit of disgust, every second of weakness forever? It would literally suffocate you. This is the ultimate crisis point. But what if that crisis is also the cure? What if facing down that terrifying thought is the only way to become truly strong? And that brings us to the idea of recovery, the path of the convalescent.
The whole thing is laid out like a journey. First, you have the long illness. That's you, living your life under those old, life-denying rules. Then comes the crisis. You're hit with eternal recurrence, and it's so overwhelming it knocks you flat. But then, you wake up, you recover. You make a conscious choice to say yes to life again, to find joy in the smallest things. And the strength you get from that, it's a deep, powerful joy that exists not in spite of the suffering, but because you stared it down and overcame it.
And that's the absolute key takeaway here. Real health, real strength, it doesn't belong to the people who've never been sick. It belongs to the ones who have been to the absolute bottom and clawed their way back. The wound itself is what makes you powerful. So you've gone through all of this, you've earned this incredible strength. Now what? Well, you don't do what the mendicant did and run for the hills. No, you turn right back around, face the world, and you start to create.
So let's put it side by side. On one path, you have the mendicant. He chooses renunciation. His life is just one big no. But on the other path, you have the convalescent, who chooses creation. And they become something different, the Übermensch, or the Overman. This isn't someone who just grits their teeth and accepts their life repeating forever. This is someone who wills it. They look that demon in the eye and scream, again. They create their own values and say a powerful yes to every single part of life. And this just completely redefines the whole concept of duty. Forget about your duty to gods or society or whatever tradition you were born into. All of that gets thrown out the window. It's replaced by one single unconditional duty, a duty to yourself. The duty to create yourself, to become the absolute strongest, most life-affirming version of yourself that you can possibly be. So, after all that, we land on one final massive question, and it's not for some philosopher in a book. It's for you. If you really did cast off all those old chains, if you overcame the things that hold you back and decided to embrace this path of creation, the question stops being, who or what should I obey? Instead, it becomes, what will I create? The whole journey points right back at you. So, what new value are you going to bring into the world?